Let's talk about conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. More often than not, fact ends up being stranger than fiction. Today we're going to look at a few examples of conspiracies that came true. Number 1, Operation Paperclip. After World War II, the United States created a secret joint intelligence objective agency in which they brought more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians, many of whom had direct ties to the Nazi Party, to work for the government known as Operation Paperclip. Its primary focus was for the US to gain an advantage in the Cold War. So yes, Nazi war criminals were given a good salary and freedom to work for the government. Wernher von Braun was the head of NASA in 1969, a Nazi war criminal. But I was taught that justice was served at the Nuremberg trials. Apparently some of these criminals were given great jobs, freedom, and a little bit of power, such as Wernher von Braun, who was the head of NASA for a little bit. Number 2, Project MK Ultra. This is the most fake-sounding, bizarre conspiracy of them all. However, it's 100% true. Project MK Ultra, aka the CIA's mind control program, lasted about 20 years and was a sanctioned way for the agency to perform experiments on human subjects. Most famously, they gave people LSD to unwitting subjects in social situations. To administer these tests, no medical personnel was available. Often this resulted in the subject being sick for days. Maybe this is why hallucinogenic drugs became popular in the 60s and 70s. When you take acid or any other hallucinogenic drugs, it opens you up to ideas you would have never considered before. You are more open to ideas that you would have considered immoral before. And during MK Ultra, acid was given to test subjects to see if they can manipulate their thoughts and willpower. During the MK Ultra projects, they were trying to figure out ways to create assassins. Brainwashed, mind-controlled assassins with an instinct to kill. So my question is this why we've had so many serial killers in the 60s and 70s just out of nowhere? Around the same time the projects were being conducted? Are these failed MK Ultra mind control experiments that went haywire and were left with an instinct to kill? Basically malfunctioned mind control subjects going on a killing spree and not even knowing why? This one's pretty weird too. Operation Snow White. The Church of Scientology didn't want anything bad about them on record, and they went to criminal means to do it, called Operation Snow White. It included an estimated 5,000 covert agents of the church. Church members who infiltrated 136 government agencies to scrub unfavorable records about Scientology and its founder L. Ron Hubbard. See, when it comes to my content, I'd never waste any time on conspiracies that didn't have some evidence behind it. I don't deny something just because it sounds crazy. If there's proof and evidence for it, I won't deny it because I understand that there is truth outside of my perception of reality, my little bubble that I was placed in. And that goes for every one of you. Not everything you've been taught is true, and not everything you haven't been taught is not true. There is truth outside your little reality bubble that you never learned about. Most people are in denial not for lack of evidence, but because they simply sound crazy.